Yo, we back with episode 5 of Buckets and Box Offices. I'm LeVar, and I'm here joined by...
What's going on? It's your boy Gabriel.
Yo, it's Randall.
And again, we're the hosts of B and BO. So we're going to talk about the NFL offseason again this episode, and then we're going to talk about Wakanda Forever and maybe a little bit of the MCU later. So I'm going to transition it over to Gabe. Gabe is going to give us a list of 40 players, 44, 45 players, right? And he's just going to say if it's a W or L trade, good or bad trade, I should say. All right. So go ahead. The floor is yours, man. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Okay, so obviously there have been a lot of moves in the NFL. A lot of moves that can either really work out or plunder a franchise. We'll see how it goes. Some of these are good moves. Some of them are bad. I'm going to tell y'all the names. And I'm going to ask y'all, if y'all mess with the trade or not, if you think if it's a good fit or not.
But
That sound good?
Yeah, bad.
Okay. Well, first thing we're going to get into is I wanted to ask your opinion. How do you guys feel that Adam Thielen, wide receiver from the Vikings, is now a wide receiver? No, I said wide receiver, a free agent.
I'm crying.
Keep it a
Yeah,
buck. I don't know who that nigga is. I don't know who that nigga is.
He's you know Cooper Kupp?
I do.
Oh no,
One and the same.
that's crazy.
One is that.
Bro's a clone. But
In terms of talent?
no, not in terms of talent.
I could argue. No, that's disrespecting Adam Thielen is crazy.
All right, but Adam Thielen ain't having damn near triple crown seasons though. Adam Thielen right now is pretty good.
It's easy to have a triple crown season when you're the only good receiver on your team, but that's whatever.
My thing is, I think it's kind of good for him because staying in the Vikings right now is a risk anyways. So it's all right. But he's really good talent. Vikings. I feel like he got overshadowed a lot. And, I mean, it happens. I mean, you got literally the best receiver in the league right now on your team.
Whoa.
And then there's an argument.
That's crazy.
But that it's for another day. But whatchamacallit? So, yeah, him going into the free agency, I really do hope somebody pick him up, though. That's a lot of talent right there.
Yeah.
Free agency, it's not a bad move for him.
Okay. I definitely agree with you on that one. I'm going through all the releases and the news right now. Jason Kelce, he's returning to the Eagles. That's huge. I feel like that's a big pickup.
Yeah.
I feel like that's big. He's a big part of their defense. He's a really solid player right there.
Right back.
The Broncos are signing Jared Stidham to a 2-year deal behind Russell Wilson.
I was about to say he was a backup quarterback for
Brady.
Yeah. Neutral. I don't think it does shit.
Do you think that's showing the Broncos have faith in Russell Wilson, or do you think they're doing this as just a backup option?
I would still have faith in Russell Wilson. I think, yeah, he played terrible last year, but I would still have faith in Russell Wilson. With Sean Payton coming in,
yeah,
I would.
Yeah,
so I think it's more of a backup option.
Sean Payton and Russell Wilson is going to be a good thing there. Hopefully that works out. I genuinely do hope it does.
Ain't nothing wrong with deepening the QB room. So I don't think it's a slight to Russ. I like it. I mean, it probably isn't much, but it's something.
All right, here we go. Jamal Williams signing a 3-year deal to the New Orleans Saints.
That surprised me so much.
I feel like that's huge. I feel like Jamal Williams brings a lot to the plate in terms of what New Orleans is looking for.
I mean, you don't got too much reliability nowadays in Alvin Kamara, but Jamal Williams, that's a dog. I like what the Saints are doing right now.
The Saints are making money moves so far.
I respect it.
They're definitely trying to improve themselves. They're trying to make sure that they understand that they could stay as a front in the NFC because they used to be a problem, genuinely.
They do deserve a little more too. They really do. Like their franchise has just been like a little sorry, and not like horrible, but I mean like they just don't go nowhere. So they deserve it. I'm glad Jamal Williams getting that bag. 3 years.
No, he did. I feel like New Orleans is building towards something, especially with the fact that they're re-signing Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston.
Yeah, I mean they got
Jameis Winston moves the needle.
He's coming back.
I mean, he's the only other QB in the room now. They got rid of Andy Dalton. I mean, they still got Taysom. They still kept Taysom Hill? I would assume so.
So would they look for like Lamar Jackson? Or do you think that they'll be looking at him?
No.
They're done?
They're done.
Speaking of that,
they don't got the money for that.
Speaking of Andy Dalton, he's on his way to North Carolina.
Also good for him.
He's going to be a Panther.
A lot of these trades interconnect too, because not even just trades, but signings, because he's on his way to Carolina, and PJ Walker was their starting quarterback, and now he's on to the Bears behind Justin Fields. So that's everything works out. So I like both of those trades. Andy Dalton gets some shine on a new team.
But don't the Panthers have the first pick? So wouldn't they draft a QB? Isn't Andy Dalton like wouldn't he be a backup to start the season?
No. Because the Panthers pretty much got nobody. That team right now is like an empty room. They got rid of they don't really got a deep receiving room. They don't got McCaffrey no more, so their running backs can use some looks. They could use a quarterback. They could use quite literally everything.
Yup.
It's like almost an entirely clean slate rebuild for Carolina.
Back to what you were saying. Even if they do have the first round pick, the number one pick in the first round, it's not going to be anybody viable or like. Not let me say viable because that's disrespectful to the number one spot.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more like they're doing a signing like that to make sure that there's number one, a veteran presence for the quarterback. Because if they do go number one, I've been doing a lot of looks at the projections. It looks like CJ Stroud, if I'm saying his name correctly, from Ohio.
Yeah.
From Ohio State. He's going to go number one, and Bryce Young, who everybody knows more of, he's going number two, it seems projected.
He won the Heisman, right?
So, yeah, I think he won the Heisman. And it seems like they're going to have Andy Dalton there for that veteran presence because Andy Dalton's not a bad quarterback. He's going to be a good quarterback to keep under his wing to teach him like all the stuff he should or shouldn't do. Because he didn't have a bad season in New Orleans. He had a pretty good season. He had a positive record. He had positive stats as well. Completions to interception ratio was pretty good. So I feel like he's going to do something good if anything were to happen with that number one pick situation. I'm also tired of that too. The whole number one pick has to be a quarterback thing.
Yeah.
I would definitely like to see a difference and change. More defensive players going number one.
All right. Next name. Here we go.
Sir, we're moving forward.
This was the biggest one, or I would probably say the second biggest one in my opinion.
Let's see.
And it wasn't a free agency signing. This was a trading. Cowboys trading the Colts for Stephon Gilmore. I feel like that is huge. Stephon Gilmore on the Cowboys defense will be a monsters of a thing to have.
Okay. So this is when was the Cowboys' problem last year the defense?
Everything.
Honestly,
I think it's rarely the defense.
What was the final score of their last game? 12-9 or something like that.
I would say it was more their offense.
The problem was their offense.
Yeah,
so this is fixing a problem. Like this is fixing something that didn't even need to get fixed. I feel
They're just stacking on top of it. It's like when KD joined the Warriors.
Yeah, like
not saying it's the same level, but like it's like that.
Yeah, I feel like he could be good in the locker room, but other than that,
I'm trying.
Well, what? You can't.
I guess you can't go wrong with an extra DB. I mean, an extra corner out there. But I mean, all they did was really give the keys to Tony Pollard. They didn't really sign nobody on the offensive end, so we'll see.
And it doesn't help that they're releasing Ezekiel Elliott.
They might. Could they?
It was good that they let him go, though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, but what's it called? Could they re-sign him on a lesser deal, Zeke? Couldn't they do that?
It doesn't seem like they're gonna do it.
Yeah,
Doesn't seem like
they literally just they cut ties with him. Like it's not even like
It
he
seems like
asked to leave.
they're
They
putting.
just straight up.
It seems like they're putting more faith in Dak Prescott than Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah,
It seems like they
Dak
want their future to be, Dak. It seems like that's what their future is going to be.
it's so odd.
nasty.
Speaking of quarterbacks, on to the next name. Buccaneers citing free agent quarterback Baker Mayfield
The GOAT. Nah, imagine.
to a 1 year, $8.5 million deal.
It's one of those neutral trades again. I'm not gonna lie, or one of those
Because
neutral signings.
he was hot. He was hot at the end of last season. When he went to LA, he was what, like 3-0 or some shit like that, or something like that.
Holy shit, was he?
Mm.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
Wait,
like
he was.
he went insane last year.
Hmm.
And it's not like he's going into a
shitty team.
Yeah, he has what, Mike Evans.
Godwin's
He
still there?
has, I believe so. I believe Julio's still there.
So do y'all think he'll be better than Tom Brady was last
I'm
season?
crying.
Wow.
No.
Wait, so what was their record last season? Was it 8-8? Did they finish off even?
It was 7-9, I think.
Holy
no, it couldn't have been 7-9 because they played 17 games, right?
I'm looking right now.
They went 8-9.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know
if they go better than 8-9, that'll be. I mean, that's not hard to be better than. Realistically, like if you have a better season.
But Baker Mayfield having a better throwing season than Tom Brady, though. Nah, imagine. I guarantee you there will be a dialogue, not on my end, but on Twitter. That is going to be a vile place.
It's going to be a horrendous place.
But let's keep moving forward. Like we got big names out here still. We got big names out here.
Yeah, we do. I'm gonna get this one out the way because I said a few weeks ago on the first podcast that the final play of the Super Bowl that wasn't a holding. I'm changing my opinion now. It was a holding because Juju Smith-Schuster is a New England Patriot, so I would like to change my. So I'd like to change my opinion on that officially now that he is a New England Patriot.
I thought you were going to talk about them re-signing James Bradbury. You caught me. You caught me.
Well, okay. As a Patriots fan, what do you think of the signing? Because you have people niggas on Twitter calling him TikTok boy and shit, saying Pat Mahomes revived that nigga's career.
Whatever. They gotta call him a Super Bowl champion as well, so that's whatever.
Okay. Are you saying that because you're a Patriots fan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you saying that
100%? And
loud and proud.
It's just, you got to look at the past. People do things and you can't change it. He was a TikTok guy. He thinks he has the talent, so let's just let him rock. If he posts on TikTok, he posts on TikTok. There's nobody's business but his. You know what I'm saying?
Like Jackson Mahomes posted on TikTok and everybody clowned him, but that nigga wanted to do some other shit. But we don't got to talk about that. Next name.
He doing his thing. He in bars and stuff. Next signing is this is just moving on to a more important narrative that's going on in the NFL. Alan Lazard signing to the Jets.
It's a chess move.
It's a very big chess move right there for the Jets. I think we all know what this is going to lead to.
I mean, the motherfucker announced it on a fucking podcast.
Yeah, but now it's the teams. They need to figure it out. Figure out the logistics. Hurry up.
I got some thoughts on that too, but we gotta get through these names first, and then I'll go off on Karen Rodgers.
What you won't
Karen
do?
Rodgers
what
is
you
crazy.
Won't do? This is what you won't do. Get to the next name, Mr. Gabriel.
Next name.
Former New York legend Sam Darnold has signed with the 49ers.
49ers. Who's their quarterback going to be? The
Who
49ers.
fucking knows? If Trey
Probably
Lance
Sam
is if Trey
Darnold.
Lance is healthy,
Yeah.
what? Brock? Wait, is Brock out for
Brock
like
Purdy?
It don't seem
first
like they're
start?
going to be healthy.
Oh, either of them. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it's looking nasty.
So he'll be starting.
Unfortunately.
Damn. Sam Darnold.
Next name. Speaking of that, we're having former 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo signing with the Raiders.
The memes
I
on this
think
were
this
so
is a
funny.
plus. I think I think this is a plus because I feel like what's it called? What's the coach's name? Why am I forgetting the
Josh
coach's name?
McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels. He worked with Jimmy Garoppolo when he was in New England, and he wanted him to take over from Tom Brady when they had that whole fiasco a couple of years back. So I think this is a plus. You know, Jimmy G knows McDaniel's system, so I think he'll be better in that system than Derek Carr. If that but I don't believe that he's a better quarterback than Derek Carr.
They
if
went
that makes any
from
sense.
Derek Carr to more handsome Derek Carr.
Porn star Jimmy.
Porn star Jimmy got
It's
it.
still fuck the Raiders. I don't care, bro.
The Raiders. I mean, I'll say it now. They're the best first round team of all time. Like
I'm crying.
They will do good in the first round, but once they start seeing competition,
They got such a good offense, and the only one holding it back at this point in time is no one other than Mr. Jimmy Garoppolo. He's
Porn
yet
star
again
Jimmy
the worst
himself.
part of the offense. Clap it up. But
relax.
But Gabe, now since we're on the topic of the Raiders, you can also talk about more drama. Darren Waller. He's a Giant.
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay, so I don't know much about Darren Waller. I'm not gonna lie. Am I getting like a top 10, top 5?
He's an alcoholic. But
yeah, I heard he was a crackhead or some shit.
He's not a crackhead. He admitted that most of the time throughout his games he would literally come in drunk. But knowing that he's over here,
he's just like me.
He's coming in drunken style, and he's mad. He's actually really good. But
yeah, he's gonna do all that.
He didn't play too much last season, no.
He's gonna do all that just to get overthrown passes from Daniel Jones, anyway. So
wow.
Stop disrespecting Vanilla Vic, man. Stop disrespecting my boy like that, man. So, but honestly, when Darren Waller did play, nice. Where do you rank him? Is he a top 5 tight end?
No.
In the league?
Top 10? I feel like there's maybe top 10, but there's just so much tight end talent.
I'd say top 15.
Oh, that's middle of the pack.
It could work for your system, though. Who knows? It could work.
Yeah, I got Tristan Dayball.
Speaking of tight ends, the New England Patriots also just signed a new tight end. We just signed Mike Gesicki, the greatest gritty of all time.
Oh, now you want to admit it? Thank you. But yeah, you guys are gonna have a battle of who gets the best gritty amongst the white boys on your team.
It's Mac Jones. He got the best gritty of all time.
You just said Mike Gesicki, so I'm holding you to it. Mike Gesicki got it.
No, I said Mac Jones got it. You saw Mac Jones was in that All-Star game. He ran from that 50 to the end zone and hit that gritty, man. Come on. Daniel Jones can't even run to the 40 without running out of breath. Like,
another shot to the Giants. Damn.
Oh, chill out. Oh my God, man. Next name.
No, I'm really happy the Patriots are making offensive moves and it's working.
Y'all should get another receiver.
You should get another receiver. Anyways, next name on this list is speaking of Patriots receivers, we just lost a receiver.
Y'all lost the quarterback. If you know, you know.
In Jacoby Myers, we lost him to the Raiders. And yeah, whatever. Yeah, funny joke. Anyways, next name. Next name, we're gonna get. Yeah, damn, that one really just got me. Wow.
Next name, motherfucker.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I know. That one just because damn, he was really good. After I was just saying, damn, we was stacking up. This is probably the biggest name, or probably the biggest accusation in this offseason so far, I could argue. The Dolphins signed Jalen Ramsey.
Let's hope it works. They're already ranking this a top cornerback duo in the league right now between him and Xavier Howard. So that's exciting.
Him and Xavier Howard is going to be a problem.
They've been making so many moves too, the Dolphins. Ooh.
The Dolphins are definitely, they're taking what they had last season because they were a wild card team, which isn't bad. Like being from where they were last season, like the season prior, I mean, and they go to 9-8 to become a wild card team. Like that's a big improvement. If they keep doing this,
with the Tua injury too.
Yeah, with injuries and everything, they became a wild card team. All in it, they're all I hate saying this sentence. All in it that the Patriots were only a game back. Like they were still a wild card team. Yeah, Daniel Jones is your quarterback. Anyway.
Damn. That's 3. That's 3.
Daniel Jones got me to the playoffs, bro.
Next name. Next name.
Yeah, next name. We're going to go through some of the more low-key ones. The 49ers, I believe, made a real positive pickup when they picked up Javon Hargrave. He's a real solid defensive end from a previous Super Bowl attending team. Because, let's be honest, Eagles' defense was something before that halftime. Before halftime kicked in, they were really holding the Chiefs down in the Super Bowl. I feel like that's a real solid thing for the 49ers.
That's a good joke.
Miami also signing former New York legend QB Mike White to a 2-year deal.
Brought in that QB room, man. Let's go. Brought in that QB room.
There's a lot of New York legends leaving. This is crazy.
Are they really considered New York legends if they play for the little brother?
Don't do that.
Is Katie a New York legend?
Katie.
Never mind. Next name.
Mike White had a Linsanity run. He gets that term. He
definitely had a Linsanity run compared to whatever. What was his name? What's his name? Sam Darnold did in New York.
He called mono.
Another big signing. The Bears are signing Tremaine Edmonds. I feel like that's huge. I feel like that's another big signing there. He's a really good he's a really good backer. Like he's putting up solid numbers last season. I feel like that could stack on to what the Bears are trying to do, especially now that Aaron is gone.
Neither one.
I genuinely feel like that could be all the important names. I feel like everybody else is just more like low-key pieces that they'll either, really... They either connect or they don't.
Really? That's it?
Yeah. I really feel like everything else is more like... trivial stuff. Like... Yeah, sure, Denver picking
the commies got Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, sure.
I'm thinking, is he starting quarterback though?
Yeah, that's another. Nobody's worried about what's happening in Washington. They're worried about a commander. No, like.
To be fair, you gave Baker Mayfield shine. I don't think anyone gives a fuck about what's happening in Tampa Bay.
Relax.
Baker
Mayfield came off from like a 3-1 ending season.
Listen, division is Reggie. That is a
Baker Mayfield better than
division.
Daniel Jones.
Yo, that's 4. That is 4 now.
Whoa! I just now realizing what you just said, bro. Whoa!
Baker Mayfield's better than Daniel Jones.
He is not better than Daniel Jones. I know that for a fact.
No.
Fuck out of here, bro.
No,
this nigga's been on 4 teams.
Okay, and Daniel Jones has been ass on 1. Like, what's your point?
So what? So what? He been good enough. He been good enough to stay on one. That's my point.
Because nobody else wants to come. Like, pause. But like,
Yo, next name.
I think he's out because he doesn't want to talk about literally
Yeah,
anybody else.
All right.
yeah, because it's like more of these are more like low key like linemen and all that stuff. Like, no disrespect to the linemen, but like, you know what I mean.
And then Pat
Yeah.
Peterson to the Steelers, but it's another Cowboy situation. You're just adding on to a good defense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So y'all want to talk about this Aaron Rodgers shit?
Yep. Because once he gets here,
Sure.
New York is green.
All right. Yo, shut the fuck up, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, I might have to agree with him.
All right. I'm gonna hold y'all to y'all word. But I watched that interview with Pat McAfee, right?
Yeah.
And I said he was a diva. I said he was acting like a Kardashian. Those are my words. Chili, you had
You're a hater.
You had some. I'm a hater.
Well,
All right, so I'm a
naturally, yes,
I'm not-
you are. If we're being honest, but
I definitely am a hater.
but hey,
So I'm
just saying,
gonna wear that badge on my chest
with
for
honor.
the next few minutes. Yeah. I'm
with
gonna wear it
honor.
with honor. Okay, so if this motherfucker hasn't won a championship in over a decade, and he's running around like he fucking owns the place.
Let me tell you something.
Go.
When you're a top 2 quarterback, maybe a top 3 quarterback in the league, you could do that shit. All right, you could do that. Listen, KD hasn't won shit since 2017, and we're half of the league doesn't even give him that ring. Right? You think he still has the right to talk shit?
KD doesn't talk like Aaron Rodgers has been talking. He has not been moving like Aaron Rodgers.
But if he did,
then I would say the same shit.
Alright, bro.
I don't know. He has all the room to talk shit. All the room.
Now you just hating,
Why?
bro. Like,
What?
honestly.
What? Besides MVP,
Because nobody could guard him. He's a god.
What?
He's a god. He is still
Bro.
giving your favorite team 30 a night.
It doesn't. But what does that accomplish? Like,
Doesn't matter.
at some point, winning gotta count for something.
Yo.
You know what's crazy?
You can't talk and not win.
You know what's crazy? Damian Lillard just talked about that shit the other day. He's and it's funny because I somewhat agree to a certain extent, but at the same time, it is what it is. But we can't associate greatness with winning entirely now. We can't just have winning
entirely.
overshadow.
Not
greatness.
entirely. No, I'm saying, but I'm not saying entirely because KD is just hooping, playing ball, but he hasn't won in years, and that's fine. He's won before, so that's fine. But Aaron Rodgers keep on talking like the Memphis Grizzlies keep on fucking talking.
Gabe just like
they won. Gabe just fucking lagged out again.
Keep going.
Again.
Keep going though.
This nigga got the Comcast lag, but this nigga.
Keep going.
What's I saying? Aaron Rodgers. I would be so embarrassed.
Okay, see now, but
if everybody was talking about me, about moving on from a place instead of winning.
Okay, see now, but my thing is now this also is kind of like. This is why I'm jumping to the defense here, and I'm saying, listen, like it's fine. And honestly, I feel like it's getting blown out of proportion. Like now, if he's acting like a complete asshole, like he's just over here saying like, "Oh, I'm still better than everybody," and stuff like that, it'd be a whole different story. Aaron Rodgers is acting the way he's acting because he's his own guy. He's literally the Kyrie of the NFL. His situation right now is pretty much it. Come on, it's almost the same exact thing. Everyone's shitting on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is just a fucking baller. They're doing the same thing to Kyrie. They live by their own laws, and everybody's shitting on them for it. It can't get any more copy and paste. But yeah, but that's my thing though. I think that it's kind of unfair.
Wait, my fault. I gotta stop because your shit is echoing, Gabe. Can you change the echo cancellation gate? No.
So my thing is, it's kind of like it's not that it's unfair because it's like the league will talk and it's dialogue nonetheless, but it really is kind of like another Kyrie situation. Like it's scrutiny for kind of, and the scrutiny that I can understand when it comes to Aaron Rodgers is that he really was putting the league on a hold. But I mean, that's kind of the thing. It's you're still a top three quarterback in the league, still putting up numbers on a pretty decent season with a fucked up thumb, and barely enough talent to bring you anywhere towards the playoffs, and just barely squeaking themselves out of it. Um, like I think there's room for you to like carry yourself the way you carry yourself, regardless if you're winning Super Bowls or not. Now, it'd be one thing if you're like a sophomore QB, or just like you've only been in the league for just like X amount of years and you've had some presence and now you're talking big dog. But it's Aaron Rodgers. Like if there was a short list of people that do get a pass to carry themselves the way they
But
do,
but
he's
the
on
thing
that list. Like I don't you
is it.
can't really
Well, here's
lie.
the thing. Did the Packers not try to appease him for the past 5 years, and even like like for the past decade? You could argue, right? Am I wrong in saying that the Packers tried to appease him outside of the Jordan Love draft, right? Did they not try to appease?
Yeah.
So he had control of the organization, right? For the past 5 years, they got rid of Mike McCarthy. They hired Matt LaFleur. Okay, so they had a whole coaching change. Every decision was greenlit by Aaron Rodgers, and he hasn't won anything for the organization. He's won MVPs. He's a great player. I'm not disputing that. Even though he had a down year, I think there was a lot of things going on with the Packers, like you said, and he was dealing with injuries as well. So I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna say that last season was an outlier, but he's he's acting like the Packers did him wrong, and I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like he just didn't live up to expectations.
I
He
don't think it was
definitely did.
necessarily him not living up to expectations. It's just certain factors, and if you watch games and you understand exactly why they didn't make it anywhere where they were supposed to on paper, and like looking at the games, that is a phenomenal team. But in the playoffs, I mean, playoffs are obviously
Game,
like everybody knows, and playoffs
yeah,
sports are different. Like it gets real tough, and unfortunately they are in a division where two of the greatest defenses in recent years and have still stayed that way. They got to get through them all the time. And Green Bay, um, I feel like their biggest problem always was defense, and like defense and special
that's fair.
teams. There was really never too much of a problem on the offensive side of the ball. You have a Hall of Fame quarterback, and they had Tay for a while. They had Randall Cobb still there for a while. They had Aaron Jones for a while. They still had pretty decent weapons, but you know when it comes to the NFL playoffs, if you have the better defense, you win the game. And Green Bay just simply it's just been a lot of bullshit. It really has been a lot of bullshit being a Packers fan. Like you hope for the best and some things just don't hold up. So to say Aaron Rodgers didn't live up to expectations, that's a pretty
In
big
terms of the
accusation.
postseason, because even would you argue that the
But
Chiefs had the best team in the league the past 5 years?
No.
this season
Even this
in the
season,
past
yeah,
five,
this season,
every year,
this season.
I'm not gonna lie, I still in my heart of hearts think that they shouldn't have even been in the Super Bowl. I don't think they. Sometimes the best team don't win. You ever
Mm-hmm.
heard of that expression?
Because it's always
Well,
game
there you
seven
go.
each time. So I'm saying Aaron, he doesn't need to have the best team around him to win. And so like he's led the his team to winning season, like where they won like 13 games, and they just probably won one playoff game. It's just okay, whatever. Gabe, you got anything else to say or anything?
Once Aaron comes to New York is running green.
Bro, I'm tired of this nigga, bro, and his anti-Giants
Daniel
agenda,
Jones
bro.
to
I'm tired
nothing.
of you. All right.
I'm always proud of this anti-Giants agenda.
I can't say I'm anti-Giant, but I can say I'm pro-Jets.
you gonna bandwagon to the Jets if Aaron Rodgers come, Silly?
Oh, absolutely, my nigga.
Fucking
What?
Aaron
God.
Rodgers comes to the Jets, bro.
Absolutely.
You niggas
Yeah.
are gonna
LeVar,
be
let me ask you something. Why
insufferable,
LeVar,
my nigga. Oh my.
LeVar, let me ask you something. LeVar, let me ask you something. LeVar, let me ask you something. Why do you think I'm a Knicks fan right now? You think I actually like your poverty team? No.
Nigga, you're
The
a
greatest
bullshit.
Chicago Bulls point guard is lying on your team right now. That's why I like the Knicks right now.
Nigga.
Alright?
First of all, you have never claimed to be a Knicks fan in your fucking life. Alright?
What is wrong with you? I literally, who
What
brought up
is
the
wrong
decision to
with
go to a
you?
Knicks postseason game? Don't you do that to me?
Whoa,
Don't you do that to me?
Whoa. I didn't come out and just say that I wanted to buy cup tickets to a Knicks postseason game.
I definitely brought that up.
This revisionist history that you're trying to pull, my nigga. No, I'm not gonna allow this shit.
That is crazy. I've been with y'all ever since he was there, but y'all just disappoint me. So it's like I got to keep it low key. I can't be too high and mighty, and then y'all don't do nothing. You know, I gotta keep my cards close to my chest.
That's crazy.
Whatever. Y'all want to talk Black Panther?
Got to.
All right, Gabe, you go. You got the floor. Since you watched it last week, right? Last month
now, but yeah, that shit was that was fire.
What'd you think of Namor?
Excuse me, Namor.
My fault. Go off. You got the floor.
That's my guy. I love that movie, bro. Like I thought that was such a good movie. Like I wish all of Phase 4 was like that. Like that was such a good movie. Like I thought Namor was like the perfect villain. I mean, I don't really want to call him a villain because I don't think he did nothing crazy except for like that terrorist attack on Wakanda.
Where he killed King Ramonda. Holy shit.
Yeah, he put on a pack because she was talking crazy.
Shit. I really like the music.
She was talking crazy. The music was wavy.
What's the dude's name that played Namor? Tanak Hurtas? Am I pronouncing that right?
He killed it.
Yeah, he was good.
I think so.
He killed it. When he was like, my people call me Kukulkan, but my enemies call me Namor. And like for the rest of the movie, everyone in Wakanda called him Namor.
Too cold. Too cold.
That was fire.
Bro, I knew it was over when he was like, I have more soldiers and you have blades in the grass. I was like, no, it's over.
That was fire. That was a good line.
Like, I wasn't a big fan of what's her name? The female Iron Shorty?
Ironheart?
Yeah, I thought she was mad like copy and paste.
She was cool.
Like I feel like she could have just been that could have been like any character.
It was cool.
Like I felt like that could have been anybody. You could have like replaced her and it would have still been the same thing.
She was supposed to be the Black Panther. Fun fact.
Riri? No fucking way. They fucking
She was supposed to fill in Shuri's
no
shoes,
fucking way.
But then they found her. So they let her play Ironheart.
You mean the actress was supposed to be cast as Shuri first? Oh, I thought you were saying like they wanted to make like the character the new Black Panther. I was like, what the fuck were they thinking? Hell fucking no. But but like I really like the world building in it a lot. Like it explores like the relationships.
All around
it really explores Wakanda's relationships with like the rest of the world, you know. And
I also like how Marvel is like exploring other like mythological like religions and ideals. Like we saw Mad Norris mythology with Thor, and then we saw some Egyptians with Moon Knight, and now we're seeing Mayan mythology with Namor and all his people.
Shoot.
I really like the whole like mythological world building that they're doing.
I would like that's true, but I would like to see more in terms of Norse mythology. Like I want to see that explored more because I feel like in Love and Thunder it was kind of taken like as a joke. So, but
I think they only got like one Thor movie left in them, though. No, and we don't even know for
Crit-
sure if what TT is coming back as a director.
if they bring back Taika Waititi for the fifth film, I'm
I
burning
don't
down
know
that
because he
fucking
kind of
studio.
missed on. He missed on the last one.
He should not. He should not be. He should not be allowed back in the fucking boardroom. Seriously. And
Like Love and Thunder was a mess.
I like Thor Ragnarok, and I thought it was a cool reinvention for that character. But I was never a fan of them bringing him back for a second. But
It makes sense that they would bring him back.
Not from maybe from like a business standpoint because you want to go with people that you already know and have a good relationship with, but from like a quality
And from the film aspect, Ragnarok was really good.
Yeah, I like Ragnarok. I like Ragnarok.
Might have been the best Thor installment.
It is the best Thor installment.
I think that first one is underrated. I really do. But I wouldn't.
There's no way you're saying Thor 1 is better than Ragnarok.
I'm saying I wouldn't argue with you if you said that Ragnarok was better than the first Thor, but I'm just saying that it was.
It is.
The first one
is fire.
Underrated, but it's cool.
Thor 2 is
I don't really like the second one.
Common opinion.
What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Ryan Coogler needs to get the reins to Secret Wars if he hasn't already. I haven't been keeping track.
Secret Wars. That's like practically done already.
They haven't even started shooting yet.
Is it really?
They have not started shooting yet.
In Secret Wars,
the new Avengers. They haven't started shooting yet.
Oh, I'm thinking you talked about that Secret Invasion show that's coming out.
No. Secret War. The Avengers.
Broke my neck. I was like, ain't
the
no
Avengers,
way.
bro. I don't know. I should probably look that up right now to see.
I don't know, bro, because like with this cast of people we're getting, like, I don't know, like the Avengers is gonna look type weird. It's gonna be what?
They're bringing a lot of people though.
What is it gonna be? Shang-Chi. I don't know. Spider-Man will be an Avenger.
Dog, they might bring Tobey Maguire into the movie.
Maybe for King Dynasty.
I don't know. They bring Tobey. Like, I don't know. I feel like nostalgia worked once. Like, I feel like if they do it again, it'll be just like mad extra. Like, I feel like at this point they can't rely on nostalgia because at this point I feel like they're at the same point that they were back in like 2009, 2010. Like they have to focus on like building instead of just relying on nostalgia or like relying on the ability that you know this. Because it's like people seem to forget that like, yeah, Marvel was good from like phases 1 to 3, but like for every Infinity War, there's a Ant-Man 1. For every Civil War,
Ant-Man is underrated too, bro. I'm not.
Ant-Man 2, for Ant-Man and the Wasp, because Ant-Man and the Wasp was worse than Ant-Man 1.
I don't really like that one either.
For every Civil War, there's a Thor: The Dark World. It's like, of course, there's gonna be misses, but it's like now Marvel is just doing like too much, if that makes sense. Like, how many TV shows are there
so far? Like 7, maybe.
There's no need for that much.
But they said they're gonna start lowering down production. They're gonna just start focusing on like quality.
They should, because who needs a 6-episode series about Falcon becoming Captain America? That easily could have been a movie.
Can I just say that I don't even think, like, in terms of the individual films, I don't think that the quality has decreased at all compared to like previous phases. I just think
It hasn't.
that the overall story isn't as connected, so audiences are losing
Yeah.
because
We're too used to how everything in the Infinity Saga was.
because
Like we're still on that grasp.
yeah, I could tell you almost every single, or at least like a majority of the cast from like years before Infinity War came out. I could tell you who was going to be in Infinity War. I can't tell you who's going to be in Kang Dynasty. Maybe
Yeah, because it's weird
Ant Man
now.
and Doctor Strange could be in Kang Dynasty. Everybody else is a question
Because
mark.
it's not just
I don't know who the fuck is in Kang Dynasty.
it's not just Avengers now. It's also like the idea that we might be getting a young Avengers as
But
well.
even them, like,
So it's
I
like,
don't know when they're gonna like be introduced. Like the younger, like
that was the issue. That was the issue with Phase 4. There was no connectivity.
and
Like this is Phase 1 all over again. There were like little hints of connection, but like I feel like the shows that like or like the stuff that's gonna show connection is like the fact that at the end of the Miss Marvel show, they show Captain Marvel, which shows that they're gonna be in the Marvels whatever movie or TV show.
but how does that connect?
Um,
How does the Marvels connect into Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars?
the biggest thing that we're supposedly getting out of this is because Kang. The big thing we're gonna be leading to is that, if I'm correct, Kang is a Fantastic Four villain.
Yes.
So I feel like this might not be led by the Avengers. I feel like this could be more of a Fantastic Four led era.
But can I say the writer of Kang Dynasty said that he wouldn't be using the Fantastic Four. He could be lying. That's another possibility. But he said that the Fantastic Four won't be in Kang Dynasty.
He's capping.
Okay. But I'm just
There's no
saying
way.
that's what he said.
This is what everybody's been waiting for.
That's what he said. And then why I don't get having the Fantastic Four after their first film
Because the Fantastic Four are cool. The Fantastic Four are cool. They've just been played by really boring people.
I don't. Yeah, they're great in the comics, yes, but in terms of the film version, them going from their first film and then leading the Avengers against Kang is kind of. I could see it. Maybe I could see it.
Man, Mr. Fantastic better than Iron Man. I don't care.
I really want to know who they're gonna cast as Reed Richards.
If they already did the dream scenario for like every Marvel fan, for like Jim from The
John
Office was
Krasinski.
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, but they keep on like they keep on teasing us by saying like there's other actors in talks to like possibly get the role, and I'm like,
They're
wow.
not those are fan casts, bro.
They're not gonna recast him.
Those are fan casts, but
there's no way. Same way they were talking about, Tom Cruise is gonna be.
Him. Like
they were like
wasted him.
Everybody in Multiverse of Madness was like, Tom Cruise is gonna come back as like superior Iron Man.
Iron Man, yeah.
And I swear that he was supposed to be in place of Maria, the Maria version of Captain Marvel, but then they couldn't cast him, so they had to get Maria.
You know that. Oh well, then how about this? How about this?
Or was it T'Challa as Star-Lord?
Oh, T'Challa as Star-Lord. That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, either.
Well, how about this? I'll do what I did for the NFL. I have the list of the Phase 4 properties right in front of me. I'll go down the list, and you tell me if it was a W or an L. You can explain why you like it or you don't.
I'm not.
Of course.
Oh,
I'm not going to explain why.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 1. I'm gonna go in release order.
Oh Lord, I can tell it's gonna be cool.
Number 1, Black Widow.
L.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad we're in unison there. There's no need to explain that one. If you've seen it, you've seen it. You've seen it. If you haven't, don't.
And if you like it, I'm sorry.
If you like it, cinema might not be for you. The next release to come out after that was Shang-Chi and the Legend of the
That's a
Ten
W.
Rings.
Big
That's a
W.
That's
W.
that's a
That's
W.
a
I like
W.
that.
Fat W.
Fat W. That movie is so underrated.
That was a
So
beautiful
underrated.
movie, man.
Dude, they have dragons. What more do you want?
That's good.
Yo, that is such a common that is such a great just
Because it's like when
thing.
you're
They
watching
got
Shang-Chi,
dragons.
when you're watching Shang-Chi, you're not expecting the dragon. Like, you're
And then he
not
got the
expecting
dragon.
that. Like, he does some Kamehameha to save the day against some, like, Cthulhu level HB Lovecraft type of villain. Like, yeah, Shang-Chi is just fire. Okay. Next property, The Eternals.
We talked about it last week. I haven't watched it yet. I do want to watch it though. I should have watched it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either, but by consensus, I guess it was an L.
Do you want to know my
Mhm.
opinion?
Go ahead.
I'll tell you this. I watched it in theaters and I fell asleep. So that'll tell you how I feel.
Okay.
L it is.
I don't even think this one's a question. Spider-Man: No Way Home.
That's a W. I like that.
That's a fat W right there. Not even a question about it.
The three Spider-Man coming together is on par with everybody coming out the portals in Endgame.
Doc
Beautiful
Ock,
audience.
Green Goblin, Electro, Sandman, Lizard. Like, we got a good cast of villains in that movie. Shout out William Dafoe. Like, he really had a good performance in that
Mhm.
movie.
The damn goat.
I feel like he did good. I feel like him. I forget the man who played Doc Ock. He did really
Alfred
good
Molina.
because he had to play
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, he had to play two personalities. People aren't realizing he had to play control Doc Ock and then like the freed version of him, like the
Mhm.
normal version. So shout out to him. I feel like people hide behind go behind the nostalgia, but I feel like in terms of acting, like there were a lot of good performances in No Way
The
Home.
MCU
Tom
always
Holland did
has
a
good
great
performances. They really have a bad performance in the MCU.
Like this movie showed that if you would have, and I'll stand behind this, if you would have gave Andrew good writing, things would have been different. Like that's all I'm saying.
Possibly.
Like, he was solid in this movie as Spider-Man. Him and Toby. Even though Toby just felt like the older version, which was perfect.
Mhm.
Like, he was mad old.
I still maybe they didn't want to do it because they didn't want to like connect it right away. But I still feel like what's it called? Peter Parker and Into the Spider-Verse should have been Andrew Garfield's version. But
That would have been
I'm fine
fire.
without it.
That would have been nice.
But
Yeah.
maybe they didn't want to connect it because it was a risk that they didn't want to take. But whatever.
Next property, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
It was. I thought it was average.
For what it was worth, it was good. It was good.
I feel like social media hyped it up more than what it should have been.
I don't.
Because everybody was posting everywhere like, oh, this and that.
Do we blame it on the film studio though? I mean, not the studio, but did we just blame it on the people who made the movie though?
Who?
Because I think it was.
There were bad things in that movie.
Aside from the writing, in some instances, I thought the movie was pretty appealing.
I have the same opinion I have of episode 9 of Star Wars. Like, I didn't like it, but I can't say like watching it I'm gonna have a bad time because it's like a good movie to watch. Like, there's a lot of good sequences.
It has replay value.
Episode
definitely has a replay value. That's bad.
I don't like it.
That's bad.
Yeah, I would say.
But like when you're watching it, it's good.
Looking back, they really wasted Sam Raimi's talent. The writing really, really, really did not help Sam Raimi at all. Because
I feel like the writing was really focused on Doctor Strange and Wanda themselves, and everybody else got the wrong.
I'm not even talking about the story. I'm talking about some of these fights. Like, you have Wanda and Doctor Strange, and you have some of the most boring magic fight sequences ever, man. Like, where?
Bro, what are you talking about, bro? That sequence where Doctor Strange was fighting with music notes.
Gabe. You talking
about the sequence? You talk about the sequence where Wanda had to use nothing but glass in order to try and attack her targets. Like, that was fire.
No, I'm talking about.
That was low-key.
I'm talking
really cool.
about.
I like that one.
where Wanda invades what is it called, a monastery, and there.
Bro, she was
Yeah, that
folding
was cool.
I
That
everybody.
was
don't think.
cool.
She was
I think you could
folding.
have done
Bro,
more.
the
I
way
think
she
you could have
walked,
done more,
the way
bro.
she walked up to his ear, bro. All it showed, it took one.
I,
That's all
I
it
think
took.
I think you could have done more, bro. I think you could have done more, especially because you have Wanda manipulating like whole ass manipulating reality. You could have been jumping from fucking snow to fucking African
Not gonna
desert. You
lie,
know, like I don't know. I don't know. But
I was
it's a
really
W
sad
though.
that I didn't see Shang-Chi
Multiverse.
in there.
You said what?
I was really sad I didn't see I was really mad I didn't see Shang-Chi in there. I really thought for a hot minute that he was gonna have a
That goes back
cameo.
to the fact that Marvel is lacking an overall story. But
Yeah.
the multiverse of madness, I'll still give it a W. It was
Yeah, Sam.
was
We already discussed this. I'm pretty sure we all have the same opinion. Thor: Love and Thunder. I could proudly say that's an
L.
L.
If I need to laugh, it's a W, but overall, yeah, it's an
You
L.
thought Screaming Goats was funny? What is this?
Listen, bro,
2013.
yes, that is my humor, and I embrace it. So we move forward.
Now we're moving on to the television
Okay.
series of Marvel. Number one, the first one to be released is
W.
WandaVision.
That's a W.
W. Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Unfortunate.
I'm gonna call it mid, not bad or great, but it's mid. It's like alright.
Oh, we added a new tier now just for this one. All right, bet mid.
Loki.
Yeah,
W.
that's a W. Even though
Loki's personally my favorite.
I've WandaVision at the top, but
Me too.
I love Loki. Oh wait, actually, if we're gonna count animated, I'll say What If is the best. I loved What If.
Don't you
that
dare.
was what if.
It's still a W.
That's
It's a W.
what if it's meant to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyways, no.
All right, next up.
Dude,
So Hawkeye was better than What If to you.
I didn't really like Hawkeye either.
So if you had to watch between Hawkeye and What If,
Oh,